I'm Nicola Brisotto, and I will give a talk about hyperlocal Hypertech. And another friend will join, and is Giacomo. He's coming in a few minutes. So welcome everybody. We want to present you what's going on here in a small town in Italy. It's called Padua. And here we started 2 years ago. We are people from the startup ecosystem. We started a small place in Padua called Tech Station. It's an open space, free for everybody to join. We give a co-working space to everybody who want to come in and hack on something, try to build their own startup. And we give them help, we support them for free. And we constantly try to raise money. We are a non-profit. To pay professional coaches, developer that can support our community. Then there are also many volunteers. And we started this adventure 2 years ago after visiting Molenbeek, another reality that started 4 years ago in Brussels. I will show you the Molenbeek website just to show you a little bit some images from the Molenbeek community. Probably many of you knows the Molenbeek area in Brussels is famous for the ISIS crisis. Is an area where many terrorists comes from and a lot of social problem in this area. And a guy called Ibrahim 4 years ago decided to do what we did 3 years ago in Padua, open a small space where people in tech and startup can share with everybody their knowledge. And I mean, when I say everybody, I mean people that usually are not so involved in tech, in the startup ecosystem. People that because of their education or their social profile, they never thought about being an innovator. And but people with really smart people with great potential. And what we are doing is trying to stimulate them and do what probably the school or the family didn't do in the past. So we are giving them an opportunity. And now back to the title of the session, Hyperlocal Hypertech. Why? Because in Italy, we are seeing, because of the lockdown, that many people cannot, they are not digital aware enough. Many parents don't know how to use the educational platform that schools are using for the children. And there are many problems. So in Italy, for a long time, we struggled with the digital divide because many people don't know how to use a cell phone or a computer, especially the one aged 50 plus, many parents, grandparents, etc. And now, because of the crisis, suddenly in less than 2 months, a lot of people, a lot of volunteers comes together and they are teaching to everybody how to use basic technology like Zoom that we are using now, or Moodle, or Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams. And this is a great impact, I would say, is a positive impact of the crisis, the COVID crisis, because now we have on board in the digital world hundreds of thousands of new people that now they can participate in the evolution of the digital communities. And this is great because what we was doing in few volunteers, now we are doing at city level, because we was able to create a community of hundreds of people that every day are giving workshop, and they open up communities with a special focus to people that start from zero. So we are filling the gap for many people from 0 to 1, but for really many people. So this is really amazing, because now also for the more skilled people like me, for example, I'm a startupper, I'm a software developer, is way easier to speak with a lot of people, to co-design with them. Now it's way easier to speak about the digital problem and how to solve them, but also real problem like how to do online shopping, or how to bring your shop online, because many people don't have e-commerce, they don't know how to do delivery, but now their shop are closed. So we are really impressed by how much how faster our city is growing from the digital point of view, just because a huge crowd, basically everybody, did just one simple step forward. And this brings in also another really important pillars, I think, for the future. That is collaboration. Now that many people are starting to feel the innovation, the digital things, the digital world, like something that they can manage, they are more willing to step into. And so innovation can flow, because if innovation is something for few people, you will always see the adoption as an obstacle, is something hard to achieve. Instead, now everything is flowing so fast. I think that Italy innovated more in the past 2 months than in the past 5 years, especially if I look at the school, at the city level services. It's crazy. Everything is going super fast in a really positive way. So my thought is that now also hyperlocal place could now potentially become Hypertech. So I think this is a really important thing to focus on. And I think that Giacomo joined the room. Giacomo, are you there?
I did, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, Giacomo. So now, Giacomo, we will tell you a little bit more about what is going on in our digital communities in Italy and in Padua, what we are planning for the future. So,
yeah,
welcome.
Yeah, I guess you give them some tips about tech station, and what can I say? I think we're making it real, like the famous proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. And then if you want to go far, go together. I think all of us learned it the hard way when we tried. I tried my startup path as well. So it's something that it's wired into us. So what we're trying right now, it's get these people all together. So just to make an example, just to make it practical for everybody here tonight, when the COVID-19 came in, and so we had to lock down our space, which is this 300 square meter space in the center of Padova, close to the train station. This is something that maybe later on we can explain why. But what happened is we were out of, we had no space. And so all our activities were nowhere. So what happened is, and we experienced one thing which happened in Italy. And it was called Hack for Italy, and it was a global. It was an Italian online hackathon, and there were 1,200 people trying to solve problems of the coronavirus and the situation, and they all gathered into a same place, which was a virtual place, which was on Slack. And so I participated, and I joined this hackathon as a mentor, and I had this great experience in looking at the way people were collaborating and making a community online, which was amazing. There was so much energy. So we had a discussion with the guys back home, and we in TechStation, and we said, okay, guys, we were launching our coding school, our first coding school. And the problem was that it was all based on the physical place. And so we tried to see if we could redesign the coding school for going online. And that was a big yes. So that was the first thing. And then we said, what is the other big asset that we have here in TechStation? And the big asset is the community. So how can we make the community be alive and and support the guys that will do the coding school and just be all together? So we said, okay, let's open up our Slack. We have our workspace in Slack, as many teams around the world have. So we open it up to the people out there. And so we relaunched the coding school, and we invited the candidates to the coding school, because we have 15 places so only 15 people can join the coding school at the end of the selection period, and it's all funded, so it's kind of challenging. So we had all these people, we invited them into the Slack, our workspace. And we gave them a name. So we all together, we decided to give ourselves different roles. So there are mentors, there are coaches, there are organizers, and there are the newbie. The newbie are these guys that they joined the community on Slack, and they are on the path to begin the coding school. So right now we have 143 people. And they joined. Some of them are doing already a coding week, which is the first step to get to the coding school. Some others will go for the coding week number 2, and then we'll have a huge selection process, and then they will join the coding school. So the big thing that happened in 1 week, and when we decided to open it up, is that we saw that people are already interacting between themselves. They're interacting with us, and it's great because we're all locked down in different places, but we can still be together. We can still feel like we're supported by other people. We can support each other, and we can sort of bridge the physical gap. So this is amazing. This is something that we love to share, because it's a good practice, and it's doable by anybody. It's free. We haven't had to go for a paid subscription to Slack. We're using the free plan, and it's happening. So what we, by looking at this, we are thinking about what's the next step. Okay, we're having all these people on our workspace, and then these people are doing exercises, exchange knowledge in a very informal way, which is great. And then there will be on a coding school. But what if we open it up to the community which is around ourselves, these people? What if we open it up to the citizenship? So we're thinking about having the people from our city, because we're an hyperlocal project and we want to be hyperlocal. We wanted to be even like probably even more than the city at the beginning. We want to start with the neighborhood. And it's like you know, if you think about so just to finish, we want to invite the citizens to come up to join the community, to share their knowledge, share what they know, share and contribute to what they can, and then project for the city. It's in a very bottom-up kind of style. There's no like even the institution is going to be a part of this, and so we're looking at this as a way to keep going in the future. Even though we will have our space open up again, we want to keep this, because this is the thing that Nicola said before. Like we need people to adopt the technology to understand the positive. So we as TechStation, we want to be this positive force in our territory, and because our desire is to get the digital transformation ready to use to a bunch of people. And when we even thinking about the hypertech is a very relative concept because it depends on your level. So hypertech can be like using WhatsApp or using Slack for people who never had it before. So we want to take them step by step and raise the level of the entire the city, possibly. And if we look at the digital at the same way that other projects look at poverty, like we want to fight sort of a digital poverty. So we want to be sure that we can bridge the achievement gap. There's a huge achievement gap. We're looking at people who are dropped out of the high school, dropped out of the university. People are coming to our place from different countries. Some of the guys we are enrolling into they're participating in a selection of the coding school. These guys, they don't even have a place to live. We got a guy from Ukraine, and he's staying in a night, you know, like those kind of night hostel for people who don't have a space. So basically, we want to be the space for people who don't have space, and not only these people, but these people together with the people from the citizenship. That's a good integration, and we want to use and leverage the technical part that we can manage in a way and to make it even bigger. So this is the experiment that we're doing. Another thing, which is hopefully it's going to be like next, you know, like an addition, an important addition, is to convey the business forces in the territory and have them joining the community in a way which is understudy, because we want to be sure that we can make it happen for them. And they have, obviously, as companies and big companies, sometimes they have bureaucracies, they have their internal way of doing things, they have their DNA, and so we want to be sure that we get right there, that we can speak the same language, and yeah, this is so this is the way we want to think about the open innovation, integrating the open innovation into the community. And yeah, I guess this is a good part of what we're doing right now. So I don't know if Nicola wants to add something else, or we want to open it up to questions maybe. It's very difficult to talk without any feedback because we don't see any of you guys. So maybe we can make a hi just to be sure that there's someone on the other side. But we're getting used of this.
Yeah, so. I think that we went through the most significant part of our experience in the past 2 months. There are many other things to talk about, but I would like to tell to the other people in the conference if they have some feedback or some question.
I guess it's me and you, man. It looks like. Yeah, so what else we can try to, maybe we can tell something else in the meantime. Maybe we can show you our Slack so you can see what's going on there. And here we go. You should see our Slack page. So as you can see here, we've been using the channels. So we have some private channels and some public ones. And in the private channels, we have coach from the coding school. We exchange a bunch of information here between the coaches that will teach into in the coding. And then we have a coding week #1. As you can see here, all these guys, CW1, these guys are, they joined the coding week #1. They were selected for this, and they're exchanging information. They're interacting between themselves in this way. So they're receiving exercises from the coach, and then they're making comments. They're working on Zoom, and then they're gathering here. So this is our co-working space, our big class. We got a general channel, obviously, where people are presenting themselves. Even in the welcome, you can see when they get in, they have this newbie code, let's say, and then they present themselves and they get emoticons from other people and replies, and the conversation grows from simple presentations. Then we have all our projects, education, for Padova here in the...
all these, we recently decided to give a prefix to our channel. Giacomo, if you can share again.
Yeah.
So we decided to give the project dash prefix to our Slack channel. If you scroll, if you can browse the channel, so you can. There are many projects, and so all these we have dev dash for technical for developers, and then we have a project. And projects are open, so everybody can join. Like we have Hackathon for Padova. Partecipazione is a tender that we did. Recupero PC is finding all the notebook for people that don't have a notebook. Tech Arts is artist and tech. Wiki2Learn is a platform for building books. And so what is going on is that people are joining all these projects, are discussing with us, for example, how to teach coding to people. So we have many developers coming in and helping us to shape our coding school. And we also started a Facebook group with the local town, and there we are involving more citizens on basic stuff, because we are using Slack more to teach coding and discuss new projects. so something that is more organized. Instead, we are using a Facebook group with more than 1,000 people for more, we say, broadcasting stuff, like teaching basic skills, like how to use WhatsApp, how to create a Facebook page. And we believe that it was better for a huge audience to use Facebook group because it's easier. And instead we are using Slack for people a little bit more tech savvy and for the student. This is the group. You can see we have more than 1,300 people in just 3 weeks. And we are posting regularly workshop about security, about Moodle, 3-4 times per week since the lockdown started. So I think that for us it's great to see so many common people coming into the innovation space. For me, this is really a great surprise. And I hope that we inspired you, and it's, I believe, quite easy to replicate, and is bringing a lot of energy. I'm super happy, and now I have things to do also with the lockdown because I spend most of my time here with the community. So great. Giacomo, do you think, do we have something to add more?
No, keep going, guys, keep going. And if you want to join our workspace, that would be amazing to have you as mentors, if you feel so. So maybe we can share our contacts in the chat. And I guess that's it. We can leave it for Q&A if there's any. Or if not, I mean, I see Molly and Tracy. Hi, good to see you.
Hi, great session. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi there.
Hi. So, okay. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you. Bye-bye.